are being groomed for greatness, we have to understand that anybody being groomed is under extreme pressure. If we were to talk right now, just have a Dr. Phil moment, there is a lot of pressure in this room. There's pressures to perform. There's pressure to be better. There's pressure to get back in school. We're in that transitional period where we're thinking about school and all that stuff. There's all these pressures. There's a pressure to be this. And then you turn on the TV. 90% of what you view every day is an advertisement. 90% of what you view every single day is an advertisement. Somebody trying to get you to buy something by telling you that right now you're insufficient without it. And we miss the subtleties of the mass media and how they're trying to influence not only what we purchase, but how we feel about ourselves. And it's amazing that we can get an image. And I was sharing this on Sunday, that when you're born, you have no concept of who you are. The only concept of who you are that you get is from what people told you. An infant has no idea that it's great. So if someone tells you, if someone gets their hands on you and tells you that you're nothing, tells you that you're not going to make it, tells you, starts putting these questions, we call them memes. Those are mind viruses, putting those viruses in your mind. The Bible says, as a man thinketh, that's how he is. When you hear how you are, that creates your own self-perception. You start labeling yourself, and then as you get 12, 14, 16, 21, 25, you're not dealing with what you're dealing with right now. You're dealing with the labels and the misinformation that people put on you when you were 5, 6, and 7. But we're trying to be groomed for greatness. So we're 35 years old now, trying to figure out who we are. Trying to get this identity crisis out of us. And the only way to do it is to get back to the common understanding that you are being groomed for greatness. So there are 3 things that I believe Michael was trying to tell us. Number 1, Michael's trying to let us know that pressure can't cancel your party. Pressure can't cancel your party. He said, when the world is on your shoulders, it's time to shake that stuff off. Get out the 9 to 5 and go do something different. When you allow pressure to cancel your party, you live with what could have, should have, and would have been in your life. Now, if I were to pull a poll right now, all of us can say we have a bunch of regrets in our life. We have stuff that we should have done that if we knew what we know now, we would have did it 5 years ago. But the bottom line is you can't allow pressure to dictate what you're going to do tomorrow. You've got to make up your mind, I'm going to do what I've already decided to do regardless of the pressure. Number 2. Michael wants us to know that people can't cancel your party. You have to realize at some point in your life that you're going to decide something that's going to cause people to say, that's not my decision as well. Now, I believe that this is where we really falter and fail at, because we don't have the strength, the inner strength to say, I'm going to do this even if I have to do it by myself. It's funny because we have a little joke in our little networking circle. We'll say, okay, what are we eating? And somebody says, well, I want Applebee's. And they say, I don't want Applebee's. Well, what do y'all want? And we joke about that. It's funny, but there's a deeper issue if you understand, not issue like that, but there's a deeper principle to it that sometimes if you want a hamburger and nobody else in the car wants a hamburger, you should be capable of eating a hamburger all by yourself. Now, that sounds real simple, don't it? But how many times do we alter our plans during the week, during the month, during the year, simply because we wanted something that nobody else wanted to do? We wanted something that said, that's not important to me. You have to build a value system for what you want, and if nobody believes in that value system, you got to have enough sense to believe in your value system, even when nobody else wants to do it. And the last principle is not only can pressure not cancel our party, not only can people not cancel our party, but I believe Michael wants us to know that his ability to party is going to connect him to the right network of people. He starts talking about what's happening on this side of town. Say it with me, say this side of town. Yeah. I know it sounds a little corny right now, but when you get home, you're going to meditate on this. You're going to say, you know what? It's a party going on this side of town. So if nobody else wants to connect with me, I have to understand that my ability to stay positive, my ability to stay in the right mind frame is going to connect me to the right people at some point in my life. I've lived this. I'm 37 years old now, and I'm literally now connecting with the right people simply because I refuse to let my party die out. People would try to snatch it. In church when I was growing up, we called it stealing your joy. People, there are dream killers that have been assigned to your life with no other purpose but to let you know that what you're believing cannot happen. And you have been falling for that all your life. But tonight, you've got to live off the wall. What's the message Michael's trying to tell us? Is that life is worth living if you get off the wall. When I was growing up, we had little dances and whatnot.